Askreddit asks, what's something you happily do that others would think is the grossest thing ever?
I know picking your nose is one people do find disgusting. But it is just satisfying getting that freaking booger or itch.
Everyone picks their nose. It's what you do with the booger that decides what kind of person you are.
Yeah dude, that shit filters dust and such out. That's just changing your booger filter. Should just be standard maintenance. I eat the whole kiwi. The whole kiwi.
I thought I was the only one. Unlike other fruits, I find the skin gives it a perfect tartness and crunch. Skinned kiwis are fine, but I'll go to town on some hairy gorilla nuts.
Even the beak?
When I moved into a new apartment with my roomie, a good buddy of mine, we both noticed a smell coming from the shower. I figured the previous people didn't clean the drain when they moved. Tried just pouring some cleaning down there, didn't work. So I had enough. I stripped to my undies. Put on the pink rubber gloves I got from my mother and double-layered 2 plastic bags. There I was, a half-naked 23-year-old man. Bit too hairy and chubby. With his arm down the drain pulling out hair and other unpleasantries that I figured must have been there for years. Black sludge and the most rotten smell ever. My roomie came home from uni during my cleaning and got a look and smell. His face literally changed color. While I noticed the smell and didn't like it, I didn't recoil like that. It had to be done. So yay. After that incident I am doing the disgusting work. He washes the dishes and shit like that more and I do the bigger projects. Edit. Thank you for the gold. Kind anonymous person.
Not me, but my stepdad mixes up mayo and bananas. Then happily eats his gag-inducing concoction. Edit. WOA. Gilded. Thanks. Now what do I do? Am I rich? Can I retire?
My great-grandmother used to eat mayo and banana sandwiches and would feed it to me when I was little. I remember really liking it, but now I could never.
I'm a dog walker. On multiple occasions I have walked into a client's home and came upon some sort of situation created by the dog. Either watery poop everywhere or trash all over their apartment or vomit all over the floor or pee or whatever. I always clean it up. I couldn't leave the dog in a messy situation. It just wouldn't sit well with me. I've talked to other walkers and they all say that that's not their job and they let their clients know about the mess but don't clean it up. I could not do that. It almost seems like neglect to me. I clean up the mess and let the client know and they are always grateful and apologetic. I would happily clean up a dog's mess because it allows me peace of mind knowing the dog isn't sitting in some disgusting space for the rest of the day. Edit. Wow guys, thank you so much for all the positive comments and the gifts of gold and silver. I appreciate you all so much. Especially the other pet service workers who said they do the same thing in their jobs. I don't charge extra for clients whose dogs make messes. I do let them know and always take a picture beforehand just in case. Some people were saying I should advertise on this post. I work for a dog walking company that has a super long waiting list. We aren't even allowed to wear our brand on sweaters because we don't need the extra attention lol. But thank you guys. You guys are great! Exclamation mark.
If someone is having issues trying to get their contacts out, I'll do it for them. I used to work for an optician teaching people how to get them in and out. So it's normal for me. Other friends freak the fuck out at the thought of going near someone's eyeball.
I would freak out being near somebody else's eye. But I've worn contacts since I was 11. And I have no qualms digging around my eye to get them out. Especially if it's one that is creating an inferno due to a speck of dust or something.
Pulling out ingrown pubes. I know a lot of people find it painful or gross. But to me it's more satisfying than popping a pimple. To finally get out that irritating little hair and open up the redness to heal. Edit. Highest upvoted comment and first gold is to my comment about ingrown pubes. Thanks. Reddit. Never change.
I do this too. I had one that I hadn't noticed for a while. By the time I did, it was all red and inflamed. So I got some tweezers and went to town. I pulled out a 2 inches long hair that had curled up underneath my skin. It was so satisfying to get it out.
Do people just leave them alone? That's asking for trouble.
I've helped literally hundreds of very drunk people through their puke-filled evening. I can't count the number of times people have thrown up right on me. But it always really bothered me to see people abandoned by their friends at a party while they're obviously hitting the edge of the abyss. I've carried people to the toilet. I've cleaned puke off of every type of furniture. I've done laundry for people while they wait in the tub. I've caught vomit in my bare hands. I never saw it as a big deal. Somebody died just about every semester at my school from some stupid drinking accident. I didn't want to be one of the fake fuckers standing at a candlelight vigil talking about how nobody saw it coming, and there was nothing we could do. Bitch. Put a finger down her throat and slap her awake till she drinks some water. It's not that hard and they'll thank you in the morning when they're not fucking dead. Edit. Throwing a quick edit in here to plug my SoundCloud and remind you to click subscribe and ring that bell. But no really, some of you are calling me a hero or getting a smidge too dramatic with it. I'm right there at the party with these people. I'm no beacon of responsibility and dignity. I've been drunk and naked at parties. I've puked in the bushes. I've injured myself pretty badly doing some really stupid things while I was way too intoxicated. I'm not doing anything special that everybody else at the party wasn't also willing to do. I didn't go to the kind of parties where people get ignored and die. The only thing special about me is that I can stand the smell and sight of vomit and it doesn't have a real big effect on me. Please don't act like I'm a hero simply for babysitting the pukers on the nights when I wasn't one of them. It makes me feel guilty getting credit for being someone that I'm definitely not.
You know what, Reddit? Thanks. You make me feel normal and good and I love you.
The problem with these threads is that I think most of this disgusting stuff is regarded as normal because of the upvotes and agreements. Then my GF comes home, who is a normal person, i.e. not on Reddit, and wonders why I'm chewing her tampons.
Hole up.
I am an aspiring medical student and have spent hundreds of hours in cadaver dissection labs through various opportunities: class, work, assistant teaching. I basically do the work of taking a donor's body, graciously donated for the good of educating future health professionals, and removing skin, fat, and connective tissue so that the donor can be a useful teaching tool. I've been compared to a human butcher by colleges outside of my field, but I'm proud of the work I do. Being a good dissector is truly an art and takes a lot of time and patience to do it well. The human body is fascinating as anatomical anomalies happen more often than you would expect. And being able to present the body and its variation in the best way possible is something I strive for. I also understand that it is definitely not for everyone, as the idea of removing tissue from deceased humans can be quite unsettling.
Extracting blackheads. Every time I see on someone else, I wish I could remove it for them. Edit. 1. I laughed when I saw there are people who'd never heard of blackheads and thought I was a huge racist at first. Yikes. 2. Why does this seem more common in women? Also, am woman. 3. Based on this thread, there should be a URL redacted for people with blackheads and freaks like me. Found my GF's account. Edit. This is getting out of control. I had a hunch that she was cheating on me. Didn't think it would be with half of the world.
Came here to talk about my love of pickled onions and now I want to throw the fuck up. Edit. My most popular comment is about pickled onions. I feel strangely patriotic.
I used to chug vinegar straight out of the bottle and same.
Pickled onions are great.
Chug maple syrup out the bottle.
Help a disabled or elderly unwell person clean themselves up after an accident. So many people say stuff like, I could never do that. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. 1. But in my head, when you walk through the door into a location where you're responsible for someone else's care, the idea of I or me goes out the window. And you exist only to improve others' quality of life. Whether you believe you could do it or not doesn't matter. Edit. This has blown up exponentially. I'm generally pretty boring, and never really write posts that garner anywhere near this much attention. Reddit went down around the time the first gold came in, and I'm struggling to find the message to reply. But to the 3 golders and 2 silverers, I want to say thank you. As I've said, I'm not sure I've done anything in real life or online that really deserves such recognition or kindness. But I'm not going to complain. Closing parenthesis.
Anytime I cook something Asian with fish sauce in it, I usually drink a few drops of it. Just sprinkle the bottle above my mouth after I've put it in the dish. I think it tastes good by itself. However, an old roommate saw me do this and he thought it was repulsive.
Just so you know, drinking too much fish sauce can kill you. In Belgium there was a student who died from drinking too much fish sauce during a fraternity initiation.
I'm not planning on drinking a whole bottle.
That was fish oil, though. Fish sauce is something totally different.
If I see someone is peeling from a sunburn, it takes every ounce of my being to not beg them to let me do it for them. I love grabbing that little piece of skin and then just pulling it to see how big a piece I can remove before it breaks.
I, strangely, enjoy it too. I'm peeling horrifically on my shoulders and back right now. What I would give for someone to get the hard-to-reach places.
This thread is more WTF than R. WTF has been for years. Carry on, ya sick bastards.
Good God, this fucking thread was worse than expected. Edit. It's Thitays.
Mike Tyson, is that you?
Dice.
Oh shit, I laughed harder than I should have at your edit. I clean up trauma, crime scenes and homes belonging to hoarders. Objectively, it is gross and horrific. Subjectively, I find it fascinating and satisfying. And at the end of the days, I know I've helped someone get through some of the most stressful, traumatic, and saddening time of their lives.
When I'm home alone, my favorite thing to do is make a bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. Plate the meal really nicely. Sit down, and then eat the whole thing with my hand. Then I take a shower and re-enter society. Edit. Of course, my most popular post and first goal is about barehanded pasta eating.
What the fuck? Well, it is a free country. But sometimes people should be kept on watch.
I like to eat limes, sometimes lemons, like some others might eat an orange. I always get weird looks from other people. But if you find a good lime, they are so tasty.
My husband got drunk on Nye and ate an onion like an apple. 0/10. You should stick to limes.
I used to do this until the acid softened the enamel on my teeth so much I started getting a chipped tooth every couple of months.
I touch my eyeballs. After 20-some years of contact lens wearing, I'm very comfortable with it. Makes getting eyelashes off my eyeball easy peasy. Bonus, I recently got LASIK and being comfortable with my eyeballs being touched made the whole process a breeze.
Have you ever had someone lick your eyeball? I rub my eyeballs to get rid of morning mucus every time. Though I need icy cold water to properly lubricate them for cleaning, stimulates my tear ducts.
Rimming.
Ass. It's not just for breakfast. Edit. Thanks for the silver kind ass eater, ET. And if you're from Japan, a special thank you for never letting us down. URL redacted. Watch. V equals EWSLZWCRC6Y.
Damn right. If I'm already in the area, why not sample the local cuisine? Edit. Highest rated comment and first silver for admitting that I like to tongue punch the old fart box. Bless you, Reddit. Never change. Catching lizards stuck inside. I think that's mainly a Florida problem. But a lot of people think they're gross. I have never minded picking them up and bringing them outside. People think those little guys are gross. I'd much rather deal with lizards than bugs, lol.
My sister-in-law is a monster. She vacuums the little lizards because she's scared of them. I like to drink Taco Bell mild sauce packets or pickle juice whenever I'm drunk. All my friends hate it.
Pickle juice and being drunk goes hand in hand.
I drink Taco Bell mild sauce packets when I'm sober.
Also an effective cure for a hangover according to Russian people.
You'll touch anything that's gross because there is this thing called washing your hands you can do afterwards.
Plucking my pubes out. Male, sitting down while peeing on a public toilet. Edit. BC peeing sitting down gets all the pee down as opposed to standing up where you have to wiggle it all out. Ya feel? Edit 2. Thanks for the silver. Sitting down while peeing every time.
Plucking pubes? Question mark. The amount of pain would be unimaginable. Damn masochist.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day you amazing people.